Hi guys, it's me, Widow Tim. I've got my HD camcorder working again, so I thought, as I've received a few emails about my setup and my room and such, so basically I'm going to give you a tour of my room and the setup, my games, stuff like that, so yeah, stick around. So yeah, as I was saying, this is my room. I have to, basically, as you can see, I'm plugged in here because I have to plug it into a power source because the camera's still a bit broken, but anyway, let's get on with the the video. Yeah, these are my two printers I use, both Epsons. Pretty cool. I'm not really fond on printers, but I thought I'd show you them. And then we've got my mini fridge down there as next to my bin, which I find very hygienic. So yeah, this is my computer area. This is the desk chair which I use. Pretty worn out at the moment, but yeah, oh well, doesn't really matter. Down here, if we can just get down here, we have my old computer hard drive down there. Don't really use that anymore because I'm using a Mac, and we've got my 2000 watt subwoofer down there, which is pretty nifty. Now we go to my actual setup. So here we have a 21-inch monitor, ViewSonic, which is hooked up to my 24-inch, sorry, get a better thing, iMac. Now these are beasts of computers. I actually love them. I can't get enough of these computers. I've got a wide mouse this side and a wireless mouse this side. I've configured it so I can use two mouse outlets at the same time. Pretty cool. There we got my 5.1 surround, pretty cool. My pimped out mouse pad, pretty cool I think. So yeah, that's what the computer area looks like standing from a distance. Push the chair back in, there we go, that's what it looks like from a distance. So you can imagine me sitting there, and that's where basically I work on YouTube videos and other stuff, so yeah. So here we go on to my gaming setup. I apologise for the poor filming here. It's really awkward because I have to plug it into an outlet. Got my brother helping me. Yeah, this is my gaming setup. I've got my one of my PS3s hooked up to a 32-inch Sharp. It's an HD HDMI, and here are my beauties. We've got an 80GB PS3 which I'm using at the moment. We've got the pimped out 60GB, very vintage I should say, and then we've got another 80GB there. And the reason why I have three PS3s is because I'm a greedy bastard, and that's all really for the PS3s. Let's just check who's on PS3 at the moment. Anyone? No, not many people are online. If you want to add me, my name's Weirdo Tim. I run the Weirdo Clan. You might have heard of some other weirdos on the internet. Who are not actual weirdos, but weirdos, people who are in the Weirdo Clan. So yeah, that's the PS3 setup. Now PS3s aren't the only consoles I have. If we quickly just skip to this area, we have a GameCube, a PS2 Slim and a PS1. But if we move around over here, we have a Xbox 360 Elite, it's 120 hard drive, and we've got my shitty Wii, fuck you Wii, and we've got my Xbox, which is down there, hooked up to the 26-inch over there. Basically, that's how I game, that's my game setup for the PS3 and the Xbox. They're the only ones I mainly play, but I think it's pretty cool because where I'm sitting now is where I game, and then when I get lazy I put a chair down there and I sit facing that way, and I think it looks pretty nifty. And I got the PS3 hooked up to a 2.1 surround sound. There's the subwoofer down there, and yes, they are Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Don't worry, I don't play. Down here we have a Skybox, which is not plugged in because I don't watch Sky that much. We've got another speaker, and this, my friends, is what a lot of fucking cables looks like. Yep, that is a lot of cables, and that's a lot of boxes for surround sounds and stuff. Also want to point out that I have a external hard drive of 750, I think this is, plugged into that, so it's boosted it up to 920 something, and they're hooked up to, because I have a lot of consoles in the house. I'm not the only one with consoles. My brother's got a PS3 and my brother's got an Xbox. We need a lot of routers, but this is the only router plugged in at the moment. But we have this shitty thing. I don't know what that is on there. That's tea or something. That's been abused. And we've got this beast. This is a £200 router, specifically made for gaming. Very nice, but it isn't plugged in. So now I'm going to show you my game. Point out that these aren't all my games. As you may have seen, I've got quite a few PSPs. I've got two here. I've got a white one and a black one in there. I got a DSi, and I got many DS Lites, as you've probably seen in my previous videos. But let's just go on to the games. A few GameCube games there, a few GameCube games and PS2 there, old Xbox, PSP, DS, and these are my PS3 games. Now you think, hey, there's two of each at the top. No, this isn't a mirrored effect. I generally have two of each because I have 3 PS3s, so I need at least two copies of most games. These are half the games, considering these are the ones I don't really play a lot, except the top ones, and my games are kept in that little pouch there. Yeah, and I'm very sad. I have fake BB guns. Well, they're real BB guns, but they're fake guns, the BB guns. Pretty shit. And the 3 controllers, each assigned to the PS3. That's the Lightning one for the Lightning PS3, and that's about it over here. Well, nothing much to show in this area, except Band Hero drums and some Band Hero guitars and another guitar down there. Nothing much really in that corner. But yeah, that's the door there, and we'll just quickly go from here. We've got the bed there, which is pretty shit. We've got my, don't even know what that is. That's my iPhone, very shit piece of phone there. Got that corner in there, my clothes. I don't think you want to see that, but that's what my computer setup looks from over here. Pretty cool, I think. Looks pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much my setup. What else do I have to show? Well, I just thought I'd show you something else which is cool. I have 2 other HD camcorders which I use. We've got this particular model. Now, the thing is, as you can tell, I've never used this one. I bought this for about 400 quid, thinking it's a decent camera, but instead I bought this one which I'm using, which is a £800 version of that, basically. But I did originally buy this one. Now, I bought this one originally for gaming videos, but this is another one I didn't really use. I don't know why I've got all this crap, but for some reason I just do. Now, for the laptops, I just got them out of the cupboard. I realised I use laptops as well. This is what I used to use for editing videos, this Vaio, but I don't like laptops, and I used to use this Acer for gaming, but they've both failed me. The Acer is incredibly slow, and the Vaio, well, it's just a Vaio. So yeah, that was my room, my setup, so to say. There's some other things missing from my room, well, which I haven't bought yet. I'm hoping to buy some Turtle Beaches soon, the headset, so I'll be reviewing that soon, so stick around for that. I'll also be getting a Hauppauge HD PVR, so I can finally record gameplay instead of relying on other Weirdo Clan members. So yeah, that was my room. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to show me your room, comment on what you think's good, comment on what you think's a piece of shit. Please don't leave hate comments saying blah blah blah, whatever, you know, I can't be bothered with them. So yeah, I've been Weirdo Tim, ciao for now.